Hi, I'm Stuart Walker, Head of Rowing from Selborne High School. Just want to give you a brief presentation on J13 rowing and all that entails for your daughter while she's in the Year 8 J13 squad. So first of all, I just want to run a brief video that shows you something of what we do when we go off racing. This particular video is of Henley Royal Regatta.
There we go, that's absolute determination from Charlotte Hubbard, Sophie Rankin, Izzy Kennedy, Madeline Greenstock, Rasheen Starkey, Emily Shaw, Megan Johnson and Claudia Alexander in the bow seat under the command of Kate Theobald, telling these young women that they've got it, they've got to keep moving, they can't let Melbourne come back. And there's the aggressive style of the Melbourne crew of the right of our picture, attacking for all they're worth.
Fantastic race from Surbiton. To be honest, I thought they were out of this early on in the race. They have put themselves right back in there. They have given themselves something to do at the beginning, but they've set a pace that Melbourne cannot stand.
Well, that is a very, very impressive and mature race from the young women from Surbiton High School, and mature coxing too from Alexandra Williams gave them the confidence from being down to be able to row back through Melbourne, but Melbourne are not giving up, right to the line, determination.
Brilliant racing there from both crews. Just a stunning performance there from Surbiton. You know, not a well-known rowing school up until the last few years, but they have had a massive turnaround, and you can see from the looks on their faces, they have done a huge job there to get through that crew from Melbourne.
Well, admiration for both crews for each other. Great race there. Congratulations to Surbiton beating Melbourne, and in the newly named Prince Philip Challenge Cup we have some of the best racing of the regatta so far. Congratulations to both crews. Drained by that race, rightly so. It's rowing at its absolute best.
Right, the first thing is who are we? We are the largest junior female programme in the country, if not in Europe. We're amongst the top 3 performing girls programmes in the country. We have race success across provincial, national events. We had last year won 60 gold medals, 37 silver medals and 31 bronze medals, which is our biggest haul of trophies to date. And over the summer we have 10 athletes representing Great Britain this year, 2 of which were alumni. One went to the representing Great Britain in USA, which is the European Universities Rowing Championships, and the other one, Lola Anderson, is in the GB squad, and she's representing Great Britain, hopefully up to the Olympics. So that's basically who we are. Then the popularity of school, we have 251 pupils to date rowing at the school. So that's roughly 27% of the school population between Year 8 and Year 13 take part in rowing on a pretty regular basis. So we like to talk about Selborne High School Boat Club DNA. We used to call it an ethos, but we think it's more our DNA. It's what's really in the true veins of everyone that's a member of the boat club. So the first thing we like to do is we like to make sure that we're fostering our love of rowing, and every pupil that rows, that this love of rowing they can take with them all through their life. So even if they stop rowing in a couple of years' time, they might, when they're 30, 40 years old or at university, want to take up the sport again. So first of all, it's about fostering that passion, that love for rowing. We like to be a discovering growth of who they are as individuals. So they are on the journey at school. We like to think that we're also helping them discover who they are and grow as individuals with what they learn when they're at the boat club. One of the main things we like to do is make sure it's fun. We're a firm believer that if what we do is fun, the pupils will keep coming back. So we're inclusive. It doesn't matter from what background or ability, we take on anyone at the boat club. So it doesn't matter where you come from, what you do, you're more than welcome to join us. The pupils learn a wide range of life skills while they're with us as well. So this can be as simple as timekeeping, remembering what to pack in their kit bag, being responsible to their teammates, responsible for all the equipment. So a huge range of life skills that goes with them throughout their life that is invaluable when they're planning for the exams and also when they leave the boat club. And well-being as well. Well-being in terms of, it's a sunny day, do I need to put sunscreen on? Have I got my water bottle with them? How's my general health? Am I feeling unwell? Am I feeling well today? Many, many skills like that as well that they will learn throughout their journey that they can take with them on the years with us, and also on their general life skills as they move through the school and then move on to university. We train at 3 locations, at the Boathouse, Hinchley Wood and Teddington Sports Centre. Teddington Sports Centre is adjacent to the Boathouse, so there's no problem in transporting pupils from the school to train either at the Boathouse or at Hinchley Wood. We row on what's known as the Teddington Reach of the river, and we're fortunate that it's 7 kilometres long. We're at one end of it, which is the Teddington end, and if we were to go all the way up the river, we'd end up at Hampton Court Palace. So we've got a fantastic stretch of river, one of the best on the River Thames to row on, so we're really, really fortunate about that. Our equipment, over the 12 years we've been going, we've managed to accumulate a fair amount of equipment now. We have 52 boats of varying sizes from singles to 8s. We have 7 coaching launches. We've got 30 ergos, which are indoor rowing machines, for those who don't know what they are. And we've got 26 spin bikes. So we've got a fair amount of equipment that everyone can use for all the training sessions. We're just in the process of putting together a replacement program whereby over the next few years we'll be rolling through new equipment, moving other equipment down, or indeed passing some older equipment on to other boat clubs that may want to purchase it from us. Transport to training locations is provided by the school in the way of the Royal European Coach Service. If pupils are travelling to the Boathouse, they get on a Royal European coach, and it's an expectation that after training sessions at the Boathouse, that parents make their own arrangements for pupils to travel home. There is, however, on weekdays in the winter months when it's dark, we do provide a minibus shuttle one for anyone who needs to take the train from Hampton Wick. There is no transport after training back to the school when you're training at the Boathouse. However, when you're training at Hinchley Wood, you take the Royal European coach that's provided up to Hinchley Wood, and then there's the coach that's provided back, stopping at the usual destinations en route. And likewise, if you happen to be training at the Teddington Sports Centre, then you use the Royal European Service. But again, transport is on the way home is expected to be worked out by the parents themselves. So I'll briefly talk about rowing and academic performance. We find, and the statement here is that pupils who participate in rowing, and including high performance pupils, performed on average as well academically, if not better, than the school population as a whole. Is without doubt, there's research, it's been well documented that if you take part in a sporting activity, it really is going to improve your potential to perform in exams. Just health and well-being alone, you improve mood, reduces stress, increase self-esteem, and helps depression and anxiety. So we find that the majority of all our pupils, when they sit exams, meet the grades, and if not, surpass the expected grades. So when it comes to sport, and that's just not rowing, that's any sport, it really is a beneficial aid to helping your child achieve the exam results that they're expected. We also work with pupils, certainly in the older years, to help manage their time management when it comes to rowing and exams. So we ask them to set out their own spreadsheets and look at how they're going to fit in family time, study time, rowing time. So rather than keeping it all in the head, it's down on paper, they can see it concisely what they're doing, and that leads an easy way forward to exams and attaining the exam results they require. Another question we regularly get asked is, can we do another sport or activity? Well, of course you can. Absolutely, we think it's important, certainly in the younger years, to go off and do all the sports you want, all the activities you do. And why not? It's a whole good educational and activity rounding you want. You can learn many, many skills that you can bring to rowing, and conversely you can learn skills from rowing that you can take to activities and sports. Training sessions and attendance. The slide in front of you displays all the training sessions for all the squads in the boat club throughout the whole year. So you can see we're very busy throughout the week. In J13, Year 8 training, there are 2 sessions that your child can attend, and Lizzie Roberts has already split those up into 2 groups, and you'll be able to see from the emails that have come through which group your child is in. If you can't make a training session, it's not a problem. If you say, can I swap my Friday to a Tuesday, then just send us an email and we'll see what we can do. Conversely, if you've got other things on, you can't manage any, it's not a problem. It's not essential. Your child will catch up as the year progresses. Attend when you can. You will catch up. It's not a problem if you miss sessions. So just running a little video here that shows you some of the training that goes on at the boat club. So the types of training your child will be involved in depends on the time of year we're in. When we're, as I said previously, when we're in the spring and summer months, all the activities will be on the water. So they'll get to learn about all the different parts of the boat, all the different basic techniques of the boat, how to scull together, how to turn boats around, how to stop them. They'll sit in various positions. Everyone has a go at coxing. So spring and summer, everything is based around being on the water, learning how to scull. When the winter term comes along, and it's invariably the water's too fast to go out on, or it's too dark, we do various different types of land training. And some of those are fundamental body movements, where they're just learning to stand on one leg, learning about what core muscles are. We learn more about rowing technique on the ergos, which are the indoor rowing machines, and we have fun little races and different types of training that we put together there. We also, as I said, we've got spin bikes, so some of the sessions will be on spin bikes, and we also use Teddington School, where we just go and do basic fitness in the true traditional form of a circuit training session. As the year progresses, the J13 squad will eventually end up taking part in some races. To start with, we usually put on some fun races, maybe with a local school or club, or within the squad itself. But we don't put them in at the deep end. We take our time to develop the racing skills, the racing knowledge, because if they're not prepared for it, a bad experience can put you on off the sport. So we build up racing, and our racing usually happens in the summer term, and usually more towards the middle to the end of the summer term. And the racing can form racing in boats on the water, or indeed we can go to indoor rowing events. And those indoor rowing events can be the South East of England Championships, which is always a good one, or again, local events against other schools or clubs. Our summer racing takes place in regattas, usually on the River Thames, so that's side-by-side racing, as opposed to the large multi-racing that you may see if you watch the GB squad. Our racing is split up into different tiers. So we have Tier 2, which are the fun local events. Then we have Tier 1, which is the more serious kind of local events, and some of those are on multi-lane. Then we have the national and international side of things. And the slide in front of you explains a little bit of what those type of events are. We come to the coaching team now. We've got a lovely picture there of Miss Rickards, who's now assistant head of Year 9, who also helps out on some of the coaching. That particular picture was taken when we were away in France a few years ago. We're fortunate enough to have 4 full-time members of staff and 8 part-time members of staff. So that gives us a considerable coaching team that have a wide range of experience, coaching in other schools, coaching within the GB squad, coaching at clubs, and all manner of levels. So we can bring all that experience together to provide essentially all the specific type of training and coaching that is required for a beginner, as your child is, to progress from knowing nothing to, at the end of 1 year, being able to go and race and really enjoy ourselves and become quite proficient to move on to the next year when she moves up to J14. Safety is something we take very seriously at the boat club. Everyone who works at the boat club is a qualified first aider. We're always regularly refreshing our skill levels and our knowledge on the requirements set out by British Rowing, which are the guidelines we have to work within, whether that be how to take someone out of the water if they fall in, to how a life jacket may fit, to weather conditions that we row in, and weather temperatures, etc. So as I said, it's something we do take very seriously, and we work with on an ongoing basis to make sure that all our risk standards are kept up to date. Rowing fees and additional costs. Often get asked what your £150 goes towards each term, and what the school pays for. Well, the school pays for all the staff's salaries, buildings, associated costs, fuel for the coaching launches, insurance, trucks, minibuses, training sites, etc. So the school does fund a considerable amount towards the running of the boat club. Your £150, if you have a look at the next slides, pays for everything else, and there's a considerable amount. So if you take some time to look at the slide, you'll see all the items that your £150 goes towards covering, which essentially is all the equipment, training items, etc. that we require for the pupils to actually go out rowing and train. We have a parent supporters club called Blades. They provide a lot of pastoral care at specific events. They raise money. They put on social functions like the big gala dinner we have, or pizza nights, or the annual barbecue, and the pudding races at Christmas. And Blades will, without a doubt, be contacting you individually by email to do a little bit about what they do and how you can help and get involved. And that brings me to the end of this presentation. I hope it's been informative. Please do contact myself or Lizzie Roberts, or my assistant, contact Tom Cannon if you've got any questions. Or when you're actually down at the boathouse, do come and stay at home. We do run an open door policy, and it'd be nice to get to meet you all in due course. Thank you very much for your time.